Sometimes in wrestling, there are women that wrestle wonderful on the independent scene and really make a name for themselves to the point that we wonder how they would do in WWE. Only to show up in WWE and get booked into horrible storylines and angles and quickly have their careers ended. And today we're going to be discussing exactly that. Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the top 10 talented female wrestlers WWE wasted. Who do you think is a wonderful female talent that WWE completely wasted? Let me know down in the comment section below. And don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have a wonderful day. And without further ado, let's get to number 10, Jillian Hall. Jillian Hall was in WWE in the mid to late 2000s, and she was given a really bad gimmick where she just could not sing at all. And honestly, I think she could have done so much better if she was in the ring every week, being pushed, winning matches. She could have possibly became a Divas champion that we took seriously, but instead WWE decided that it would be funny for Jillian Hall to come out and pretend like she doesn't sing and be one of the most annoying women on the roster of her time. And honestly, this did Jillian Hall no favors when it came to her professional wrestling career. And honestly, Jillian could have been pushed so much further in WWE. Just a complete waste of her abilities. Number 9, Katie Lee Burchill. Katie Lee Burchill was a big, strong woman in ECW in 2007 when she was in a faction with Kevin Thorne, I believe, the Vampire in ECW. And honestly, she could have been booked to be a beast. She could have just run a roughshod over every single roster she went against. And I really believe that she could have been Divas champion and been considered in the same breath as Beth Phoenix when it came to strength and talent in the ring. I felt like her talents were wasted in the faction that she was a part of in ECW. And I really think that hindered her ability to be able to stay on the roster. I really feel like Katie Lee Burchill would have been a feared women's champion, and we just didn't get to see that. So at the end of the day, it was a complete waste of talent on WWE. Number 8, Ivory. Ivory was in WWE around 2000, 2001. And she was kind of given the mother of the locker room type gimmick, and it really didn't work too well for her. Honestly, I think WWE could have repackaged her to be a high-flying WWE superstar. I think that would have helped her a lot more. The gimmicks, and they just weren't leading to victories, and I feel like it would have made sense to put the title on the mother of the locker room type gimmick at the time, which WWE never did. I feel like Ivory deserved so much more than what she was given in WWE, because she was actually disliked by the WWE Universe, which is what her heel character was supposed to do. So I really feel like Ivory could have done so much more in WWE. Number 7, Ember Moon. Ember Moon had the total package in WWE, and honestly, she should have been women's champion multiple times over. The crowd really loved to see Ember Moon to come out and perform, and Ember Moon could get a good match out of a broom. And not to mention, she had a finisher that was unique to her, the Eclipse, that really looked devastating when performed correctly. She'd go to the top rope and come up the ropes and hit you with a stunner type move. And honestly, it looked excellent when performed each and every time by Ember Moon. And I really feel like Ember Moon should have been pushed a lot further than what she was. Like, Ember Moon was definitely the high-flying woman that you need in the women's division to really keep the books balanced. And Ember Moon just did an excellent job at everything she was given in WWE. Number 6, Tamina. There's nobody meaner than Tamina Snuka. And honestly, she could have been booked to be an absolute beast for decades. Her frog splash off the ropes really put her over with the WWE universe. She had the strength, she had the build, she had everything you would need in a Beth Phoenix, Nia Jax type of dominance of power. And she ended up being booked into being big, bulky security guards for some of the other women in the locker room. AJ Lee and Natalya, the first two that come to mind. And it was not what her character needed. She was such a good talent, reliable talent in the ring. She could get a good match out of anybody in the back of the locker room area. Tamina's always one of the most reliable women on the roster, and honestly, she could have been booked to be a multiple-time champion. Number 5, Lacy Evans. The sassy Southern Belle making it to number 5 on this list, and honestly, it's well deserved. She was built strong. She's built with long legs, long arms, tall stature, similar to Charlotte Flair, but just with a military background. And there are so many things that WWE could have done with Lacy Evans, and the things they could have done, they just did too late and didn't really do correctly. She had the sassy Southern Belle gimmick. She came back a few years ago as the WWE boot camp leader type character, and it really didn't gel with the WWE universe. And Lacy should have just been put on a dominant run right out of the gate, going undefeated for a long time. I think that really would have helped her character. I definitely think she should have been women's champion at somewhere across the line, maybe multiple times. Lacy Evans was just built like that. If she wanted you to cheer her, you would cheer her. If she wanted you to boo her, you would boo her. Lacy Evans could really do it all in the squared circle. Number 4, Gail Kim. Gail Kim was a part of WWE in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and she did fit well on the roster. She was a great wrestler in the ring, great at submission, great at flying around, great at all aspects of wrestling. Her promo skills could have used some work, but still, Gail Kim was a superstar that, similar to Natalya, has been here for a long time and really deserves to be champion. And Gail Kim never really got to show the WWE universe what it would be like to have her as champion. I feel like WWE should have booked her to just annihilate the roster and take the title, and it just really didn't happen. And honestly, there is so much more that Gail Kim could have done if WWE treated her right. She would have stuck around. She would have been able to be a part of the tag team divisions nowadays, and it just all comes down to WWE not booking Gail Kim correctly when she started in professional wrestling. Number 3, Nidia. Nidia won the inaugural Women's Toughen Up contest in 2001, and she proved during the Toughen Up contest that she could be a great women's wrestler in the ring. And honestly, it didn't equivalent when it was time for her to compete on the main roster. Instead, she was thrown into a storyline with Jamie Noble, where she was Jamie Noble's girlfriend, and Jamie Noble was trying to catch the Cruiserweight Championship. Honestly, I feel like Nidia should have been in the ring wrestling female superstars like Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, Lita, the women who are actually in the main event scene at the time. We didn't really get to see too much of that. I think Nidia would have been a great women's champion, and again, we didn't get to see that. And I just feel like Nidia was just a complete waste of talent in WWE, and she could have been so much more if given the platform. Number 2, Candice La Ray. Candice La Ray came out of NXT a few years ago, and honestly, she has been so good with anything WWE has given her. I kind of feel like she deserves to be in the women's main event scene, and I just can't remember if she's ever been given a women's championship match, and honestly, she deserves the one. And I feel like she needs to go on a streak where she can win a few matches in a row, and instead she's thrown into storylines with Johnny Gargano. I get it, they're husband and wife, but at the same time, I think Candice La Ray should be focusing on chasing championships, and she's not being booked in that way. And I feel like she should have separated herself from Indy Hartwell as well. Yeah, cool, go after the tag team titles, but just give them the belts, let them do their reign, and then have Candice La Ray move on. And I just feel like it's been a complete waste of time for Candice La Ray's career, because she deserves to be in the main event scene at this point. And number 1, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler came over from MMA looking to be the dominant champion. She was in NXT. She held the NXT Women's Championship for over 400 days, and she was expected to do great things on the main roster. And yeah, she won the 2020 Elimination Chamber match by eliminating every other superstar in the match, but she didn't go on to win a championship, which baffles my mind. Shayna Baszler has the pedigree and the wrestling ability to win multiple upon multiple of championships, and instead she's relegated to being on TV sometimes, wrestling every once in a while in tag team matches. Honestly, Shayna Baszler should be in the main event scene winning championships, and we are just not seeing the same dominant Shayna Baszler we saw in NXT. We know WWE can book her to be a beast, but it's just not happening. And honestly, I feel like that is a complete waste of talent, and I feel like Shayna Baszler is the most talented female wrestler that WWE has wasted. And that was top 10 talented female wrestlers WWE wasted. Who do you think WWE wasted the most of all time when it came to female talent? Let me know down in the comment section below. And don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I post a video. With that, if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.